As content creators, we experience a wide range of emotions. Happiness, from publishing that thing we've worked so long on and receiving positive feedback from those around us. Frustration, from the stagnant growth and when something that we've worked so hard on doesn't perform as well as we hoped. Jealousy, that envy in seeing everyone else grow overnight and that sick comparison with others. And finally, hopelessness. There are nights where you wonder, what am I doing wrong and why can't I achieve the same results that everyone else is getting? All in all, content creation is not an easy path. There's no stepping stones, there's no ABC straight path. It's a long and winding road. Today, I want to talk to you about something that's a little closer to my heart and honestly something that's a little more harder to open up about. And that's insecurities that all content creators face. And my friend Katelyn, who is a blogger, will be joining in later in this video. We have a blog post on 8 ugly truths about blogging that we did a while back, and that'll be linked in the description if you want to take a read. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get started. The first insecurity is imposter syndrome. So I am a productivity and wellness blogger, and I publish blog posts weekly on how to manage your time better, how to feel happier, healthy habits to incorporate into your life. And sometimes when I have a bad day, instead of looking at those past blog posts as a resource, I'll just feel worse because I'm just thinking, I'm not even practicing what I'm preaching. I'm not a good example of those things that I put out there. And I think how we can cope with this is just to have more compassion on ourselves and on our bad days. I'm sure that even therapists, some days, maybe they need therapy. Or people who make study videos, maybe sometimes they procrastinate too and they don't want to make the picture perfect notes that they put on media. So it's really just understanding that we're all human and we're all trying our best in our craft, and just that's the best it can be. No one can be on all the time. No one can be perfectly aligned with what they preach all the time. And it's just a matter of accepting that. The second insecurity is straying away from authenticity. And I think even if you're not a content creator, even if you just have a social media profile, you'll feel that you need to curate this online presence, this better version of yourself who only shows the highlight reels. And if you are a content creator, this gets harder when you start doing collaborations with brands, sponsorships, because you have to balance what you want to put out there with what your audience actually wants to see, with what the brand wants you to portray, and finding a balance in all of these things can be really tricky. I was talking to my friend the other day, and we were talking about how when we start curating that picture perfect feed, some people in real life will start unfollowing us, and that's such a wake-up call. And then you start looking back at your photos and the things you put out there, and sometimes you realize that it's not really you. Some things you can do to be more authentic are just to stop aiming for perfectionism with everything you do and to start doing things for yourself, and also be more self-aware of how you act in different areas of your life. The last insecurity from me that all content creators experience is slower seasons and dips in stats, and also just the comparison game, especially the combination of these three things together. I once heard this video, and it's talking about how content creators are bound to go a little insane because they're creating weekly and their only metric of success is the numbers, the engagement, the analytics, the views, the feedback, and all of that is completely out of their control. It's inevitable that you'll have some slower seasons where your stats will dip a bit. This is where the comparison game comes into play. When you look around you, there are always going to be people blowing up overnight and receiving subscribers and readers like crazy, and this is where the doubt creeps in, and you'll think, what am I doing wrong, and why can't I achieve those results that everyone else seems to be getting? This is honestly a really big struggle for me, especially when one of my close friends is doing really well in a season that growth has just been slow for me. And some things that have helped me in the past is actually just really talking to that person and being honest with your feelings. You'll be surprised at how understanding and empathetic some people are. I know it can be hard sometimes, but always remember that everyone has their own talents, their own hardships, their own backgrounds, and the best way to grow is just to focus on your own path. If you're a content creator and you're experiencing any of these insecurities, I just want to tell you that you're not alone and there will be tough seasons, but we will work through them together. So next, my friend Katelyn will be sharing 3 of her insecurities as a content creator.
Hi guys, my name is Katelyn Sinclair and I am a college Christian lifestyle blogger from Cincinnati, Ohio. One of my first insecurities is definitely my actual writing abilities. So I am not the best writer out there. I am far from being the best. I'm also not really great with grammar. And I get really insecure, especially when I'm thinking about who may be reading my posts. I am in college and I'm writing a lot of college content, so I get a little nervous if a future employer is going to be reading it, especially with my degree. Writing skills are very important. So if I make like a tiny mistake on one of my posts, I don't want it to be super noticeable to future employers. Something that has helped me a lot in the past is Grammarly. It's an online app that you can use to kind of check your grammar, and it has been a lifesaver for me. So definitely check it out if you are like me and struggle with grammar. My second insecurity is knowing the balance between transparency and oversharing. As a blogger, it's really important to be authentic and honest with your audience, but at the same time, you don't want to be sharing personal information. You don't want to be sharing too much about your life that they really don't need to know. So finding a balance between making content that relates to people's everyday struggles and also not oversharing your own personal struggles is something that's kind of challenging. When you're struggling with something like that, it's important to kind of take a step back and ask yourself, is this something other people are struggling with, or is this something I'm personally just going through? Another one of my insecurities is actually related to my niche. So I am a Christian college lifestyle blogger, emphasis on the Christian. So with that comes a lot of hate and comes a lot of controversy because not everyone believes in the same things I do. With that being said, I get really worried about people judging me for my beliefs, maybe even sending hate towards my way because they don't believe the same things I do. And if this is you and you have a similar niche that's kind of controversial, I recommend just staying strong and knowing that there is an audience out there that wants to read your content and believes in the same things as you do. So just stay true to yourself and keep going.
I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little more personal than I usually share, but I do want to be more personal on my channel and to show more of me to you. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great week ahead. Be sure to show some love on this video and I'll see you next Saturday. Bye!